Hi, I'm Shay Burton, and today we're going to be looking at the Utrecht Special Championship 2025. On the 17th of May, the Pokémon TCG player base all descended onto Utrecht, Netherlands, ready to compete for all the glory, packs and championship points to cement their invitation to the World Championships later on in the year in Anaheim. Coming into the event, Gardevoir and Dragapult were battling it out for the best deck in format crown, but with Raging Bolt just winning Milwaukee, the format was starting to open up, and as day one panned out in Utrecht, we saw a ton of different decks on stream, like Terrabox, Hop Zacian, Flareon, and even Okie Dokie of all things. As day 2 was developing though, the two monsters of the format did filter themselves to the top tables. But the real story was Dragapult occupying 5 of the top 8 slots, with one Gardevoir, one Zoroark and one Raging Bolt filling out the other slots. And this top 8 was stacked, including Ryan Morehouse, Alberto Conti, the Gdansk regional champion from earlier on in the year, and Johan, who had just won the last EU event Seville, who was definitely eager to try and win 2 events in a row. And he was doing very well, as he was able to win his top 8 match to advance into top 4. However, his next match, Joah and his Dragapult deck, was able to topple the recent champion Johan, and don't worry, we'll be seeing more of Joah later on as well. Our next top 4 match that we streamed was the Gdansk regional champion Alberto Conti versus Noah, who had travelled all the way from America to compete. And even though on paper this looked like a mirror match, Noah's Curse-Blast Dusknoir and Dusclops made for an interesting X Factor that did actually force a game 3, but in the end Alberto was able to battle his way into the finals, where his opponent would be Joah, who was fresh off knocking out the Seville champion earlier on, don't forget, so his confidence was sky high. But Alberto was no stranger to these high stages and was eager to add a second championship title to his resume. And this was a long and hard fought final match, with it all going down to a game 3, where Joah was able to eke it out and become the Utrecht Special Champion. Who else will be adding a championship title into the history books? Only one way to find out, and that's by watching this stream.